Hi everyone, it's me, Jen, and I'm nothing if not intense. Spotlight, Mandalay Bay, 35th floor. Briefly, I just want to say that with this being the 1-year anniversary of this horrific event, my heart is with each and every survivor, everyone who was affected by the events of October 1st, 2017. It is not in my nature to give up. So, as long as I'm breathing, I will be searching for the truth. It's so important. We cannot trivialize the importance of getting to the truth in this matter. So, again, my heart is with you today and every day. Just know that. Also, this video is for one of my subs, Brad, who all I really know about him is his ex-wife has the same name as me, and he lives somewhere south of me. So, he had questioned some things about the 35th floor, and actually, just recently, I had started finding some things. So, that's the reason why I wanted to do this video. I do want to button up all the CCTV footage from MGM because that stuff's just driving me nuts. I've watched it way too much, but I think there's one more video I need to do on that to button that stuff up. And then I'm working on some other stuff that's, I can't even really explain it. It's going to be kind of strange. And I guess there's really not a lot I can say about that right now. Just know that I think I found something that is kind of out of the realm of everything else I've been finding. So we'll just leave it at that. But let's get into this 35th floor. What the hell happened on the 35th floor? We're going to take a look at some breaking news coverage, some body cam, some dispatch, and at the end, I think you'll feel like I do that there was definitely something going on the 35th floor also. So let's get into this.
Mandalay Bay Resort. Robert, what can you tell us?
Hi, Peter. Yes, earlier when this incident happened, I was going out to dinner with some friends over here in the city. We had just left the hotel about 5 to 6 minutes prior, and as we were exiting our taxi, I saw all kinds of units. There's some units going towards the hospital now. All the units were coming from Paradise and Harmon going southbound towards that direction with some fire trucks. And also, I figured, okay, something's going on here, a plane crash, and I brought up the police app and listened to Las Vegas Metro, and apparently it was an active shooter situation with reported 3 shooters with automatic weapons, both in the concert and some shooting victims inside the hotel on the 29th, 32nd, and 35th floors. Security guard was shot in the leg in the 29th floor. Officer was shot in the shoulder out on the Las Vegas Boulevard area, and I believe 2 other officers were shot.
In that breaking news segment, we hear from Robert Ayala. Not sure if I pronounced that right, probably not. But a few key things that he says is that he noticed ambulances and he knew something was going on, so he immediately got the scanner app up and started listening in real time to Metro radio traffic. So he states at least 3 shooters in the hotel and in the concert venue with victims on the 29th, 32nd, and 35th floor. And he references Brady Cook, the officer that got shot in the shoulder, down on the boulevard. So I think that's pretty important because we don't hear that same scanner traffic. What they have done is at about 9:30 p.m., when you're listening to what you think is all area or CCAC, it's really Enterprise. They intermixed, and for the most part, that whole half an hour from 9:30 to, well, from 9:30 to about 10:07 is not the scanner traffic that was actually being broadcast on that channel. They replaced it with a different channel's radio traffic. So that's why we never hear that. But obviously people that were listening to it live heard that. The next thing I want to share with you is PDF 15, page 45, just to establish that there was a CP in the festival grounds in a trailer on the northeast end. They had the ability, they had cameras, and they were in there watching those cameras from inside the venue. So the guy that comes over on scanner that's shots are being fired from Mandalay Bay, shots are coming from Gate 7, stay calm, blah, blah, blah. I always thought, how does this dude know all this stuff? He was the festival, MGM Festival CP. He was in that command post watching those cameras. And they continued to have people in there watching those cameras for hours that night. They had officers outside the perimeter of that trailer while they were inside watching those cameras. I believe this is Officer Newton because he has Boots with him, the dog who was with him when he pulled into the Shark Reef when he first got to Mandalay Bay. So I apologize, the audio, some of the audio in this is horrible. But they had called, it looks like they're in the center core somewhere. I'm not sure what floor, but they had called the CP to ask them where they wanted them to go next. And CP comes back with the 35th floor. So I believe it's Newton that says, all right, 35th floor, it's one of the last floors.
All right, the 35th floor, y'all. I think that's one below the last one.
They proceed to get in the elevator. They want to go to the 35th floor. However, there's no 35 button on that elevator. So I believe it's Newton that says, well, we'll just take the stairwell. But one of the other officers says that's where the shooting took place, right? And Newton's like, yeah, we'll just have to take the stairwell up there.
To walk up. So, shooting coming, right? Yeah, go to the windows, we'll see.
I know the last footage was not the greatest. The audio was not good, and then his camera was like sideways, so that wasn't the best. But this is an officer who is on Las Vegas Boulevard and maybe Russell, somewhere in that area. I believe somewhere a little bit south of Mandalay Bay. And he is on South Central Channel versus CCAC. So I'm always excited when somebody's on a different channel, other than the stuff that I've heard a million times. So let's take a listen. And this is going to be the MGM Festival CP calling in.
Just be advised, we're watching cameras right now, and we see a broken out window on Mandalay Bay that's about 8 floors down. Lights are on inside the building with the broken out window, possibly where the shooter was. Okay, confirming 8th floor. It's going to be about the 8th floor from the top. Okay, copy that.
Control 777 Adam. Be advised,
So they see a broken out window about 8 floors from the top. Now, I didn't go back and look at all this, but just if memory serves me right, the 32nd floor is 11 stories down. So if they're seeing a broken window 8 stories down, I believe that would be the 35th floor. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's 43 floors. And so that would make that the 35th floor. Pretty interesting that the Festival CP with their cameras can, boom, see that window, it's broken, there's a light on, and thinks that that's possibly where PD is with the 419 male. So with the dead male. Very interesting. And last but not least, some of my favorite footage. I know, I'm weird. It's like 2 hours and 13 minutes long. But it's a couple officers, one from Spring Valley, one from Bolden, that are doing traffic control, I believe, on Charleston and Shadow around UMC. And so they get to talking. The one guy is on Spring Valley channel. The other guy's on Bolden. So you get some different scanner traffic there. But let's take a listen to what Robert 3 has to say about the 35th floor.
But from the details, man, it sounds like it's, what's on the 35th floor? Is that a club or something? Because it sounded like it was,
Mandalay Bay?
yeah. Because from what it said it was like on the 35th floor or something like that. So
I have no idea.
Unless, you know. Because, and then there's, part of the details say that there was an active shooter on the top of the Mandalay Bay, you know, on the rooftop. But, so, I mean, I'm sure all this information is just coming in and getting mixed in there, but sounds like a majority of the shooting was actually like up in the room.
I'm not sure what to make of all that, except for the fact that I think something happened. Somebody was shooting from the 35th floor, or somebody was shot on the 35th floor. I'm not sure. However, once again, you know, kind of blows another hole in the narrative. I am going to be running late for work. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. So I'm going to try to get this uploaded. But I will be with you guys later on tonight. Hopefully get home in time to catch the live stream of on Truth Bomb with CL. I'm looking forward to that. And again, everyone is in my heart today and every day. But especially more so today. It's kind of like you never forget where you were when you heard about 9/11. And I can remember exactly this morning or the day after going into work, because I'm in Michigan, so I was ahead and didn't know. I was sleeping when all this stuff was happening, but I'll never forget that morning waking up, turning on the news, and then throughout the rest of the day kind of getting the information. And Sheriff Joe Lombardo saying, I can remember saying at work, well, they said his girlfriend has nothing to do with it. She was in Tokyo. I clearly remember that. So anyway, I better get scooting. So have a good one, guys. Talk soon.